I thought it might be fun to bring Tara around because Tara's like me. We love movies. You took a class in film in school, and you love old movies like I do, and you like new and old movies. Hmm? Yeah. So I thought today it'd be nice to show Tara this very unusual corner that we're here in Santa Rosa, very unusual street intersection here, where we actually have three different homes. Of the four corners, we have three homes, different homes that were featured in major motion pictures. Now, for my money, Tara, Alfred Hitchcock did some good movies. He did some, The Birds, he did Rear Window, The Man Who Knew Too Much. He did a lot of great Vertigo, a lot of great movies. He was great with experimenting with the camera and camera movement and trying to develop new shots and stuff. But I think by far his favorite movie was called Shadow of a Doubt, and it starred Joseph Cotton and Teresa Wright. And it was filmed right here. This is the home where the family lived in that movie. Beautiful Victorian here. And the movie was set in like 1944.
Do you know the world is a foul sty? Do you know if you ripped the fronts off houses, you'd find swine?
I don't want you to touch my mother. So go away, I'm warning you. Go away or I'll kill you myself. Your hands. Oh, let me go, Uncle Charlie. Let me go.
This is the actual home that was used in the movie. And what do you think, Tara? Very beautiful, classically Victorian home. Now, right across the street, very unusual here, we have the house that was used in the movie Scream with Neve Campbell, one of the cult movies of the 1990s. And you really can't see it too well. I tried to have an interview over here with the woman that lives here. She always watches when people come up to the house, and then she'll come out and tell them, oh, do you know what this house is here? This is the house that was featured in the movie Scream. So here it is right here. And I asked the interviewer, but she was shy. She didn't want to go on. And pardon the wind noise if we got that today, but there it is. Now there's two of the houses right there, two of the houses. Now directly across the street, we have the third house here that was featured in the 1940s classic movie All My Sons, starring Edward G. Robinson. And it was about a contractor, an aircraft parts supplier in World War II that supplied defective parts for airplanes to fulfill a contract to produce airplanes, and it resulted in the death of some pilots and stuff, and he had to carry that guilt with him and try to cover it up for years, but it all came out in the open.
I don't have to explain, not to you. You're my son, my flesh and blood. If I'm guilty, then you're guilty too, do you understand me? You're guilty too.
Yeah, that's where that movie was set, in that house right there. But we got one more to show you too up here. One more house that was featured in the 1966 movie Pollyanna. So we'll go check that out. But pretty interesting, you know.
Yep.
Four corners here, and 3 of the homes have been in major, well-known motion pictures. So I can particularly recommend Shadow of a Doubt, and also All My Sons was a tremendous drama movie. Edward G. Robinson. Okay, so we're gonna walk down a little bit and I'll show Tara the last house. I kind of thought you'd enjoy this movie history coming out. He said, what else is Santa Rosa famous for? It's famous as a movie location. And you're not at the Rancho here, obviously, with these multi-million-dollar homes, but this gives the city real character, I think, a road like this. So we're gonna cross the street here, and we'll see you when we get up there. There's another one of the remarkably beautiful homes, beautifully manicured property. It almost looks like a southern estate with the trees and the oak trees and everything. You gonna buy one, Tara?
Yep.
There we go. He's gonna buy a couple. Just to give you an idea of the scale of this eucalyptus tree is absolutely huge. It probably has about a 25-foot circumference around the outside there. That thing is a behemoth. Yeah. Pretty cool. This is called Mableton in the McDonald Mansion, and this is the most expensive home in Santa Rosa here. And you'll see why right here. What do you think of that, Tara?
Get the cobweb.
Yeah. Tara likes that spooky touch there.
Yeah, that's a really nice touch.
Isn't that a beautiful home?
Yeah.
Beautifully maintained grounds and everything. It's phenomenal.
So this is McDonald's, huh?
Yeah, not the McDonald's, the restaurant, but they call it the McDonald Mansion. Yeah. And they've had to restore all that, beautifully restored all that gingerbread woodwork up there on the upper reaches. We'll show it the side too. There's a good view in on the side too, but I just think it's a beautiful home, and it was featured in the 1966 movie starring Haley Mills called Pollyanna. This was the family home. Here's the view from the south side here. See how beautiful that is with the gazebo. Just stunning.
Yeah, that is.
Just a gorgeous, gorgeous home. Just across the street, here's another very gorgeous Georgian style home. I think pretty cool, huh?
Yes, everything was great, and I like the last place we were at, the McDonald house, and the smell of the trees and the shade is what I like.
Yeah, you really love that. I'm very taken by the landscaping. I'm taken by the immense amount of detailing on a home like that in the Victorian era. You can tell that they were very into craft building, that every component of that had to be decorated, whether it held a lightning rod or a grounding rod, or whether it was just on the front of a balcony. It all had to have fancy details on it. So these days you would never find a home like that ever built, but it's great that they're preserved, that you can see them. And I think it's also highly unusual, as I said in the beginning, to have an intersection where 3 of the 4 homes have been featured in 3 different very well-known Hollywood movies. But they love to come up here to Sonoma County for movies and things, cheaper by the dozen with Steve Martin. There's always something going on somewhere around town that's being videoed. But I wanted Tara to also have a chance to have a little ride in Little Rascal too. And Tara's like, it's like a luxury car. Isn't she cute? What a bullshitter. All right, guys, we're going to head back to the Rancho now. Thanks for being along.